All right, what's going on, people? My name is Sean C. Welcome to the Sensational Gent. Now, today we're going to talk about the Justice League, the Snyder Cut that just recently came out on HBO Max. 4-hour movie, and this is Zack Snyder's view of the Justice League and his vision of what it should have been. Now, we all know that this thing wasn't as liked because of how it was produced before. But today we're going to discuss this new version, what we liked about it, what we dislike about it, and I'm also going to bring up an Easter egg that was presented in the movie at the very end. So stick around, you won't want to miss that. All right, today I am joined by my brother Cuddy, who's going to be my co-host today. What's up, brother? What's going on with you today?
What's going on? The Sensational Gent. Glad to be on the show.
Yeah, man, it's great to finally get you on the show, man. You know, I know we've been talking about it lately and stuff like that. And to me, it's a privilege to have you a part of the Sensational Gent, especially talking about this, and especially since we've kind of changed up some of the things, what we talk about here on the show. So what you think, man? What's up with you, man?
Hey, life is good. Glad to be on the show. Hey, this is a first for me to help you put out some good content, and I'm just looking forward to it. You know, Don't know what you're gonna throw at me, but hey, let's go for it.
We're gonna have fun today, man. We're gonna try to make it fun, but we're gonna give our honest opinion on this thing. You know, this is coming from a fan's perspective. You know, from a fan's perspective that has just been exposed to these heroes for a very long time of my life. You know what I mean? What about you?
Same here, absolutely. My first love was reading comic books. Ever since I was a little kid, elementary school, went to school off of Magazine Street, New Orleans. You know, we would walk to the comic store sometimes, get comics, and go home. You know, so great part of my life. I enjoyed every bit of it. Also expanded your vocabulary.
Yeah, it actually does. And, you know, for me, I used to draw all the time. And for me, I would take comic books and then I would, you know, draw what I saw. So that actually kind of gave me, we grew up by ourselves. So those comic books helped me with a lot of the time that I had in terms of, you know, being able to fill that time with something productive, if that makes sense. So if you're new to the channel, this is Sensational Gent. We talk about all kind of things now. We talk about dating, relationships, life stuff, travel. We're going to start talking about fitness here soon. And today we're talking about movies and shows and all these different things. With that being said, let's get started. All right, brother. So the Justice League, the Snyder Cut. My God, man. 4 hours. Without really giving away too much, what was your initial impressions of the movie?
Absolute blown away. I could not step away from the television from start to finish. I love the way it was set up. I love the way it was written. I love the overall arc of the film, or the TV show. It was great. It was great. I really did enjoy it. This, in my humble opinion, it should have been the first thing that was released, other than that garbage that was released some time ago.
I have to echo your sentiment. After seeing how comic book movies looked back in the day, I am appreciative of all of them that are made. Let me first and foremost say that. But after watching this version of the Snyder Cut, it made you realize how much was missing out of the other movie. Would you agree with that sentiment? Like, yeah. There were so many plot holes and things that just didn't make sense. We didn't get to really know the characters, and that's the thing, right? You want to be invested in these characters so that it makes you feel what they feel in the moment, right? Like, it should feel cinematic, it should feel grand. And the other one, it did just fall flat. So I was also completely amazed by what I saw, and then it made me, even as someone that tries not to judge these too harshly, it just made me realize that how much was lacking in the previous movies. So I want to talk about some of the changes that was made. Give me one thing that you noticed that was different in this movie than the original movie.
They brought out little key facts in the movie that in this movie that was missed in the first movie. Like the whole purpose of Steppenwolf coming to Earth. What was he looking for? That really wasn't touched upon in depth in the first movie. Yeah, you know, he was trying to get the Unity cubes, but there was a purpose for it, the Unity cubes. You know, this movie went more in depth to give you an overall scope of, okay, we have some bad guys here, and this is the real reason why they're here. So I found that absolutely excellent that was added into the movie. More attention to detail.
You know, I want to definitely expound on that one. You're right. Again, that's one of those things I didn't think about when I saw the first movie, but he was disgraced. They didn't go into he was disgraced. He was trying to get back into favor with Darkseid. You see what I'm saying? And they didn't bring none of that out, okay? Now, since we're talking about Steppenwolf, he looked completely different. What'd you think about the new look?
Hey, I love the new look. I mean, he was more menacing. He was more stronger. It gave his passion for being disgraced more of a motive, more of the word is escaping me, but it gave him more. It made him feel more real as to why he was there. It gave him more of a film presence. Yes. It gave his character life. It really was a deep story if you look at it and how he failed miserably. Yes. Exactly.
Mind blown, people. I'll bring up a change that I noticed. The scenes felt more cinematic. There was times when you saw things, it had a 300 look and feel to it. If you looked at the backgrounds and stuff, it was just so beautifully done. It was the way it was put together. I know it was a long movie and you had like these acts, but the acts actually meant something. Like everything had a purpose. But if somebody said something, it has meaning.
Right.
If somebody brought up something, it meant something in this movie.
Right. Well, your viewers don't know, but I had a background in television and film. I worked my way up the ladder from a production assistant to production coordinator to second AC, second assistant cameraman. So the relationship, you talked about the cinematic scenes, the relationship between the director and the director of photography is key. You know, when you have a great film and you have a great formula with a director and director of photography that works, you don't change it. And I think what happened with this film was that Zach chose a DP and a gaffer who knew how to shoot for this movie. Yeah. And whenever you have that, you're going to produce great cinematic scenes. You can tell the difference between the directors of photography for this film and the last film.
So what character change stuck out to you the most?
I think it was the Flash. I think his character changed a lot. I know he was kind of comical in the first one, but in this one, I can say the only thing I didn't like about this one is like, he was a little bit too silly. That's the only thing I would say about that. You know, I know the Flash has kind of a comical nature in the comic book at times, but he was just a little bit too silly, you know?
Right. Look, totally makes sense. So if I had to say character changes for me, I would say the Cyborg, and I'm sure that a lot of people will agree with that. The Cyborg story being introduced made him the less of a one-dimensional character. What I mean is you had the Flash, and the Flash talked to his dad before. So there was some motivation there. He was a little silly, whatever. But I mean, the Cyborg is like, you really can't understand the pain. Like, you got to understand the pain behind what he lost from his original life to where it's at. And the fact, actually he lost a lot. You know what I mean? If you think about it, he lost a lot. So it's ironic that this person that lost so much is now a machine.
Right. When
you talk about feelings and stuff like that, but he still had feelings even at, man. Yeah, definitely. We the same guy. We are the same cat, man. We the same cat.
we the same guy.
To be able to feel and relate to that character. That's why I said Cyborg for me was a big character change. Tell me, what did you like about this film? Now we can go in a little bit more. What did you really like about this film?
Hey, I like the story-line. Even though, he broke it up into parts and presented it in the old school like that, I love that. It's kind of like cinematic. It's like comic book, when you read a comic book, parts 1, 2. It felt more real. It felt more real than the first one. Each character was a living entity that just sprang off the screen to you. He really put you in the DC universe. He really put you into that world, into that realm. I couldn't step away from the TV.
Yeah, I only went to the restroom because I absolutely couldn't hold it no more. You know what I mean? Look, if I'm being real with my audience, I sat there and I ate way too much. and it caught up with me about 2 hours into the movie. And I had to make a run. And my daughter was like, seriously? Are we doing this right now? Like, hey, getting bad guts. This felt to me, what I liked about it is it felt to me on par with Marvel level movies. It felt like Endgame. It felt like Infinity War. In a DC way. DC has really great cartoons. Their cartoons are some of the best.
Way better than Marvel.
It's better than Marvel cartoons. It
Most
really
of them are way better.
Yeah, right. I said, why can't they get these stories right? Why y'all can't get it right? To me, they finally got it right. That's what I liked about it. Well, we talk about some likes. What didn't you like about the movie? Yeah.
But I really didn't have any dislikes other than, you know, sometimes I thought the Flash was a little silly, but that's minor. That's really minor. That would be my only dislike about the movie. I don't think if I had a gripe, it's not even a gripe. It was more like just an observation. Okay, Flash is kind of silly and it's a little bit too silly. But other than that,
I'm about to make some people mad. Y'all gonna be a little bit mad. What I'm about to say, we're about to make me upset. I'm about to let y'all know right now. But this is coming out from me, Sean C. I didn't like Batman. I gave him when people were hard on Batman before, I said, you know what? I actually like Ben Affleck's Batman. I think it's the version of him, even to the bat on his chest, is the older version of Batman in the comics, right? But when you look at it, the scale of everything, and me and my daughter agreed, what was his purpose other than funding everything? He can't be in some of these boss battles, you know what I mean? Look at the comment. Just all I'm saying to everybody is go take a look at one of the go look at any of the cartoons and look at these huge battles. Batman is doing so much more, but in this one he's just kind of like, hey, you guys fight the big baddies. I'm just gonna kind of go off, and I just felt like he was trying too hard to be like, you know, I brought you guys together. Don't y'all forget that, and I get the money. I'm a millionaire.
I think he's in a crossroad in his life as a superhero. You know what I mean? He's older. You know, he doesn't have the ability that the other superheroes have. You know, Batman's greatest power is his mind.
He's the older version of Batman. I totally get that. I just wish they had written it better. I understand he can't get into some of the fights that the other heroes got because he would just get smashed. Even, you know, debris falling on you, like he can't really. Matter of fact, the fact that Superman didn't instantly still kill him just to me blows my mind, right? But he just felt
he didn't really know how to pull it off. If you think about it, a lot of stuff just didn't work. You know, they was working on the ship. The ship didn't really work. There was some other stuff that he was trying to do that they always had issues with. That he was trying to stay one step ahead, and he really couldn't be that one step ahead guy in this movie. It was like this situation was like it presented problems for Batman. And it showed.
So if you don't want anything spoiled, I have an Easter egg that I want to discuss. Fast forward. I want to talk about an Easter egg here at the end of the movie. What did you think about that vision at the end?
Oh man, that vision at the end was just bananas. First point, in no particular order. Princess Mara, we learn when he says, "Oh, he's found us," and you see Superman land. You know, prior to him landing, we realized that whatever happened when Darkseid caused be a wasteland, we know something has happened to make Superman go nuts. Yeah, we know that Lois Lane has died. She is no more, and Superman goes nuts. If you can say he has another weakness other than kryptonite, it's women. Nah, I'm just joking. It's Lois Lane. It's Lois Lane. And through that loss, we understand that there was some type of battle between him and his team, the Justice League, and he ends up killing Aquaman.
If you go back, there was an Easter egg. He said, when Flash came back and tried to tell Batman, Lois is the key.
Yes.
Lois is the key. But if you make him like completely break down and not care, nothing stopped Darkseid from finding the anti-life equation, right? And if you guys don't know what the anti-life equation is this equation that was created. There's a whole bunch of comic book stuff behind it. But in short, if you can figure out the anti-life equation, then you can control the minds and thoughts of anyone in the multiverse. So when Superman came down and had found them, he was open to being used by Darkseid to basically take out anybody.
Yeah.
Darkseid having the Kryptonian on his side pretty much made it where it's like, how can we win this? Right. And that's what I noticed. And Lois is the key. I'm gonna wrap this up. This has been really good talking to you, bro. Man, talking comic book stuff and having a good time with this. And so any parting thoughts for the people?
Support the Sensational Gent. He is doing great things. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Superman a sucker for girls. So it is what it is.
With all that being said, everybody, live your best life.